Hi there, and welcome back to another BobBlast. I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is all about how I do my little gems, practicing over and over and over. And why? Because I cut them all up, put them on mats, perfect for open studios, outdoor art festivals, gallery shows. I call these my little gems. I've been doing this for 25 years, and I love to practice these. And eventually, to get a little bit larger, over and over and over, practicing, all the way up to bigger sheets, big squares, all the way up to 16 inches by 16 inches or 24 by 24. These are my paintings. But look at all the practice time I spent. Always starting off with a full sheet. On one full sheet, I like to divide up into 9 by 6 inches, or you can decide what size you really want to do. And I do it all in one sheet, that way I don't lose them. And I work all of them over and over. Here's one. I've done the first layer. I'm about to go back in and kind of kick it up and add some more color. I really like what I've done here, the dark light, that whole thing. You've seen me do it before. Look at this, 90-pound paper, still stays nice and flat. I love this stuff. Hey, watercolor paper, acrylic paint, let me get started. So one of my favorite things about being a painter is I get to go back in and paint it some more on top of it, over and over. One of the benefits of an acrylic painting. So here's when I've already done the first layer. I'm gonna go back in, just because these are my little gems, single subject, a series, and these are my practice pieces, and I don't try to make any of them looking exactly the same, and I repeat it over and over. It's called practicing. This is what I love to do so much in my studio. So here we go. Let's do this one here in negative shade painting. I like to give it a second chance. The first thing I'm working on right here is give it more contrast. That's the first thing I wanted to do in this particular one. See, eventually I'm going to cut all these up, divide them up, and put them in nice little mats, perfect for the galleries and the outdoor art festivals, even for your open studio. It makes a nice presentation. And also it gives you a second chance to go back in and make some corrections. It's called painting. And that's what I'm doing right now, painting. Don't try and get it the first time. How boring. You want to get in there and play a little bit more, because I have so many more. It's okay if I mess up one or two of them. It's okay. I've got so many backups. And I think that's one of the reasons why we all paint with so much nervousness, because you're working on only one painting. Try and work on a series. I know it worked for me. It loosened me up. I love having a second and third chance. I'm back. Now, I'll leave that alone. Now I'll go to the next one. Don't spend too much time on it. Doing all the mixing here on the table. All the mixing on the table. Don't do the mixing on here. So there's the color I'm looking for. It's nice and wet. Let's do one up here. This is a good time to do what I call what if. What if I try this? What if I try that? If you don't do it here, where else are you going to do it? Oh, look at that color. I would have never known it would have looked like that. That's why I like to try these different color combinations. And it's a lot nicer and easier to work on a smaller scale when you're doing experimental work. That way you haven't used so much paint. Didn't take you very long to get to the conclusion to see if this would work or not. I'm going to come in, hit it with more white back in here, even while it's still wet. That's the advantage of really good acrylics. You all know I like the Holbein acrylics so much because they have so much pigment. See? I don't have to work so hard. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. Give it a little bit of a light touch in here on this side. I paint all over. Don't stay in one spot too long. I use my fingers too. Crazy, huh? Come back in here. Whew. So that's what I mean by coming back in and working at some more, kicking it up a little bit more. There we go. Giving it some more personality. There we go. That way I don't stay on one painting too long. That's one of our big problems, is we stay on a painting too long. We keep painting and thinking it's going to get better, it's going to get better, it's got to get better. You keep adding more paint to it. Keep telling yourself, I know I'm better than this. And what are we doing? We're killing it. We keep adding more paint and more paint, especially when it's wet. It gets muddier and muddier, and the painting's already dead, but we keep adding more paint to it. I always like to say, even a cowboy knows when the horse dies, get off. Go to the next one. Hey, this is how I do my little gems. This is one of the many classes I'll be doing at those art materials trade shows. I cannot wait to go do them. It's all going to start pretty soon. Stay tuned and watch my schedule, and I hope to see you there. They're wonderful workshops where you get to try all these different kinds of materials, and you get to paint with clowns like me. I'll see you on the next BobBlast. Thanks for watching. Hi there. Hey, this is just a reminder that I'm doing 2 major trade shows coming up right now. Artisan Materials Expo, and it's in Santa Fe. Who doesn't want to go there? September the 28th to the 30th. I'll be there teaching all day long. One more trade show I got to tell you about, and you've been hearing me say it for almost a year now. Art of the Carolinas. Jerry's Artorama, you know that big catalog? Well, they got a big art store and they have a major convention trade show in Raleigh, and that is in November the 8th to the 11th. You've got to sign up early because everybody's there. Why do a trade show? Major deep discounts and art materials. That's where I get my stuff too. Okay, people come with their trucks and then they just load up. You get to meet a lot of fabulous teachers. You're going to learn more techniques from all of us. And then, there are little lessons and demos all day long. It's great to be with my people, artists just like you. I can't wait to see you there, and I hope to see you in almost every class. Hey, sitting next to these palm trees reminds me of the January workshop coming up here in Puerto Vallarta, 10 miles south of Puerto Vallarta in Mexico in January. It's a beachside village, fishing village, a working village. We're having a fantastic time down there. I do it every year for many years now. And we all go down there and fly down. They pick us up at the airport. They take us 10 miles south of Puerto Vallarta to get out of town. And that's where we meet all the other artists, and we stay in one casa. It's fantastic. They feed us, they wine us and dine us, and the beach is right there. The atmosphere is wonderful. I do some of my best work there because we stay on the top floor that overlooks the entire beach area, the villa, and the ocean. You'll see whales dropping all over the place. It's fantastic. I hope to see you there at Casa de las Artistas. I wanted to say it right, in Mexico. See you then.